Welcome back to the DaBoot Tragedies. This will be another, stat prediction video. Actually, before that, it won't even be a stat prediction video just because as the secondary, man, it's hard to predict what their stats going to be. Interceptions are not really, a good stat for corners and safety just because they're just it's luck involved in some of those things. And some guys aren't getting targeted as much as, some other guys. But we will talk about each of these guys and kind of, what I expect from them this upcoming season. And I'll start off with Alante Taylor. Obviously, he's going to be a rookie, second round pick, a surprise pick just because our DB room was so good already. They drafted him out of Tennessee. They want him to be an outside corner. Dennis Allen, every time he talks about him, it's all good things. It's all positive things. I think he really, really liked this kid. I think this was a Dennis Allen pick. I think this was all Dennis Allen. He really liked this guy. He wanted this guy, so they added him to the, cornerback room, and we'll see how he plays. I expect him to be a rotational guy, but the way Dennis Allen talks, man, it's almost like he expects him to compete with Paulson Adebo for the number 2 cornerback spot, that second outside cornerback spot on the other side of Lattimore. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to really predict this play just because he's a rookie. I don't really know what he's going to do out there. We'll have to see what his role is going to be, and we'll go from there. But I do think he's going to get some playing time. I do think he's going to get a chance to play just from all of the things Dennis Allen has been saying about him. And he's a second-round pick. You really want those guys on the field. Next up, we got Maye, who will probably be suspended. I think it was a DUI. If it wasn't a DUI, my fault. But it's something. He's definitely going to be suspended for maybe a game or two coming up this season. He's coming off an Achilles injury, so that's just 2 negatives right off the bat. Other than that, man, he's a solid player. Can play in the box and kind of play that slot role. Can play deep. He's probably the most versatile guy we have. Actually, I take that back because all of these guys are versatile. But he played in the most versatile positions for the Jets, I should say. Tyron obviously also does that. Gordon Johnson can do it. He just doesn't, as often because he's super good in his nickel role. But Maye, man, I just see him being a solid safety, above average starter in the NFL, man. He's not going to be a top 5 guy. He may not be a top 10 guy, but he'll be, that 10-15 range, above average, pretty good starter. Nothing wrong with that in the NFL, man. I think this is a solid pickup for the Saints. Can play multiple positions, like I said, but coming off that Achilles injury, probably will be suspended. We'll see how that plays out, but man, he's going to be really, really good for us this year, and I'm excited to see him play. Now we'll flip it over to Paulson Adebo. Had a good rookie season for the Saints last year. Had his ups and downs, obviously, but that's a rookie starting at cornerback in the NFL, man. The Saints system, he was a lot of, left out there a lot of times one-on-one with no safety help. Obviously, Marcus Williams was covering ground back there, but he played solid, man. Like I said, he took his lumps, but he made some plays as well, man. He had a really, really good rookie year after missing the entire football season at Stanford because he just sat out that season. So he was coming off a year of not playing football, came for the Saints, had a really, really good rookie season. I'm expecting him to just get better and better, man. So if he does that, he'll be in a good position. I do think he'll have some competition for that outside corner spot. Like I said, I think Dennis Allen is really wanting him to compete with Alante Taylor, and I have no problem with that, man. May the best man win. I know a lot of people think Paulson Adebo is just going to start. I thought that as well, but, man, every time I hear Dennis Allen talks, I just think they're going to compete for that job. And, hey, if Alante Taylor beats him out, he beats him out, man. As long as he's out there making plays and he's, noticeably better, then I won't have no complaints from me. If the guy is good enough to start day one, then let him start day one. But I'm expecting Paulson Adebo. If I just had to guess right now, I expect him to win that job, at least for the, early time on. I think he'll, come out as a starter, and then maybe Alante Taylor just gets better and better every week and then put some pressure on him. But I do think Paulson Adebo will win that job early, and hopefully he just plays well where he can keep it. Next up, we'll go to the best trash talker in football, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Obviously, he's been a blessing for the Saints, man. One of the best nickels in the game of football. Super good against the run. This year, man, if I have anything to tell Gardner-Johnson, which I am not qualified to tell him anything, but it would be pass coverage against the elite slot receivers needs to be better. That is literally, I can probably say literally his only fault right now. He's good in pass coverage, but it's not like his run defense. It's not like everything else he can do for this team. If his pass coverage just gets to, really good or just good, because I think he's average right now. That's just me being honest. When he's playing against elite guys, when he's against the bad guys, he's killing those guys, man. He's killing those guys. It was like the opposite of Lattimore, But But when he's playing those bad guys, he's gonna let them know that they're awful. But when the Godwins roll through, guys like we're gonna have Hunter Renfrow this year. Like it's gonna be some elite slot guys. We're gonna need him to step up and defend those guys and claim he called himself the best nickel in the game, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I just want to see his pass coverage just gets a little bit better. Other than that, man, he's a beast. He's a solid player. We know we're gonna get from him, and it's a contract year, so I know he'll be on it. I know he'll be great, and he's looking for that payday. So hey, play like the number one nickel, you'll get paid like the number one nickel. That's all on that. These last two guys, I don't even think I need to go super on and on about them. Tyrann Mathieu, obviously New Orleans kid, LSU kid. He's back home. He's gonna be a leader of this defense. He's gonna play everywhere. Defensive end, linebacker, safety, cornerback, maybe play punter. He might kick this year. He might play quarterback. We know what Tyrann Mathieu brings, man. He's gonna be a leader. He's gonna bring energy. He's gonna bring toughness. He's not gonna back down. He's going to be a football player. He's going to be smart. All of those things he's going to bring to this defense. He's going to line people up. He's going to get on people's ass on the offense and defensive side of the ball. So he's just going to be a perfect player for the Saints. I'm glad we brought him in. Obviously, we know what he can do on the field, off the field, in the community. All of those things, man. The sky's the limit for him with this unit, man. I think they'll start to gravitate towards him. He just has that personality that guys gravitate towards him. And if he's playing well, when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the business. We all know that, man. I'm excited to see what Tyrann brings to this team. Last but not least, Marshon Lattimore. I did a video on him already. The NFL, I think coaches, scouts, players. I think it was a poll. They named him as the second best cornerback in the NFL behind Jalen Ramsey. I'm happy with that ranking. I think he'll be happy with that ranking. I think that's very, very fair. This guy's elite. He's an all-pro corner, all-pro talent. It's nothing I can really say. Like I said, I did a video on Marshon Lattimore. I expect him to just continue to be in who he is. And if he does that, take away one side of the field, let the other guys get some help. And hey, maybe you feel disrespected by that number two. No one wants to be number two. I'll let that be known right now. No one wants to be the number two guy, even though you really can't prove that. But hey, be the number one corner in the NFL. How about that? That'd be my challenge, to Marshon Lattimore this year. Take over that number one role. Jalen Ramsey definitely had some kinks in the armor, man. Jamar Chase was giving him the work in the Super Bowl. So, hey, man, the throne is there for the taking. So just go take it. Be the best in the league, like I said, man. But that just wrap up the cornerback. Let me know what y'all think about these guys in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to that Twitch channel, or just follow it. I guess you don't subscribe. So follow that Twitch channel. Join the Discord, man. We're definitely going to get active in there soon. And as always, this DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.